Hi friends, this is Radhika Ravikumar. Welcome back to one more tutorial. In this tutorial, let's talk about the Oracle SQL Parallel Optimizer with a simple explanation and an example. Okay, if your SQL queries feel like a traffic jam, Oracle's Parallel Optimizer is the traffic police that opens extra lanes. Okay, so imagine that you have like 1,000 boxes that has to be moved out from the warehouse. Doing it all alone will take much of time, isn't it? What if you have like 4 to 8 workers along with you so that the work can be finished faster? Hmm? So the parallel execution is nothing but a term of helpers. Okay, so I will tell you in this Oracle Parallel Optimizer, when we say workers is nothing but is termed as a PX service. When we run the query, we do an explain plan of it. You can see those PX nodes and all. I'll explain that in the detail. So as of now, you can see here I have a sales table with me here, the sales ID, product ID, the amount, sales date, and all. Let me try to create a query here. This query is nothing but it's just telling us what is the last year's sales that has happened on a basis of the product ID. So if I do an explain plan of this, you can see that it's just a direct. I'm not using any parallel optimizer here. You can see the cost here, it is 560. Okay, it's a direct, you don't see any px nodes or anything. So this is a normal query how we run, and this would take time, okay, based on the data capacity in your table. Okay, so now what if I'm going to use mm, a query with the parallel int? Let me show you that. You see here, I have used this parallel keyword here. It's very easy. It's just the normal query as the above. You need to add the parallel keyword at the after the select keyword. Okay, and this is nothing but the parallel is going to happen based on sales, and like how many segregation should happen, 8, or you can mention 4, or whatever is feasible for you. You can mention that based on the resource available at your system end. Okay, so I will let you know at the end of the video the when you have to use this parallel and when not to use. Okay, so when I do an explain plan for this particular query, okay, you see here the cost was actually around 500 for the previous, like the normal query, and it has come down to 78. So the parallel optimizer has been used by the query, and you see all these px coordinator, px send, receive, all those things, isn't it? So what are these? So the coordinator is nothing but like he's like a manager who will actually assigns the work, collects the results, and hands you the final answer. That is what the work of px coordinator is. Okay, so you can imagine that in a normal layman term. So what about the px block? You see here the px block. The px block iterator is nothing but he is the one who splits the table for the workers. The manager will actually assigns the work, all does that. This guy will actually split the work, uh, the table into blocks. The px block is nothing but the term itself will say block, isn't it? You can remember that. Like if I say here 8, then this px block will split the table into 8. If I say 4, the px block, this node, px node will split the table into 4. So whatever, how much ever we say, that's how it will act. And the px send and receive, you see here, these two guys actually will tell you how the data is redistributed across the workers. So these are the guys who will pick the load and take the boxes out of the warehouse. So that's how you have to understand. So totally this coordinator, the send, receive, block, these people, these px servers are the ones which are involved in will help us in making things faster. Okay, so here as I mentioned, you can, whenever you are running a query with the parallel parallel optimizer or not, just do an explain plan, you will understand it better. So hope this queries, simple queries I've made you understand how it works. So now, telling you like how when we have to use the parallel optimizer is when you have a large data like millions and millions of data with you, then use this parallel optimizer. Okay, and also you should have enough resource when you're using this, because it's not that with just one table the query is going to run. When it's going to split the data, so there'll be much load on the CPU, so the input output should be fast. So that is when you have to use this parallel optimizer. When to avoid is that you should avoid when there is a small data, like like thousands of data. You need not do the optimizing and all. It'll run faster. However query you run, it is going to run fast. And you have like very big joins and aggregators, bulk data, that is when you have to use it. Just remember that. And you can answer the, I mean, you can first, you have to understand the optimizer whatever in a layman term, just the way how I told you. Even in interviews you can explain it the way I did, so that it will be easy for you, so that you would have understood, right? So I hope this parallel optimizer tutorial was useful. You can try it on your end also. If there are any queries that you have, please drop your comment below. I will surely respond as quickly as possible. And do subscribe and share my videos with your friends and family, whoever is interested in learning SQL, Excel, whatever. Thank you so much for watching my video.